Hey everyone, I'd like to thank you all for coming to the WOWMI webinar today. Today you'll be hearing from Daniel Probert, co-founder of WOWMI. Daniel, the floor is yours.
Lovely, thank you, Bennett. Thanks so much. Guys, I'm going to do something totally unorthodox today. I'm just going to start with introducing myself. My name is Daniel Probert, one of the co-founders of WOWMI. I'm also the vice president of business development. Basically, my role is really pretty simple. I got to put myself in a mortgage advisor's shoes and figure out how we can best use our experience and our tools to come up with ways to generate more business for you. That's my job, and I kind of oversee a multitude of different departments to do that. And so one of the things that I want to kind of lead off today and just say straight off the bat, and it might be because of my new life situation. I just became a new father on Friday. But there's going to be absolutely no pressure in this webinar. I'm a pretty aggressive salesperson, and normally there'll be like a new deal or a new sale or a timeline or a window that you guys are going to take action on. There's no pressure whatsoever. In fact, over the past week since I've been a father, I've been thinking about just how much pressure we all have as individuals, regardless of what we do for business, but just the amount of pressure that we have to show up in our lives, to be healthy, to work on self-development, to be fit, to be responsible, to make sure we're putting food on the table for our families. And so that's just the personal side of it. The other side of it is obviously, as a mortgage advisor, it's like there's an incredible amount of pressure. I mean, not to mention the state of the market right now. I know a lot of people are busy and a lot of people are really just maxed out with how much they're working. But there's also huge amounts of pressure that we never had 10, 15 years ago. And I don't care if you're selling mortgages or you're selling Christmas trees. If you are in the digital marketplace today, there's this kind of weird pressure that we always have every day. It's like, oh my God, am I showing up online? Oh my God, am I on social media? Oh my God, am I producing content to get in front of the people that really make a difference to my business? It's an incredible amount of pressure. And I have to say that honestly, it gets to me sometimes. Like I feel stressed out by the amount of work that it takes to show up online every day. And then I scroll through social media and I see Gary Vee telling me I'm not working hard enough, or I see Grant Cardone telling me that if I really want to be this, I got to do that. It's just pressure all the time. And so one of the things I'm going to promise today is that there will be no pressure. My hope is that, obviously, I want you guys to sign up. I'm in business for you guys to sign up. If you don't sign up, maybe you leave the webinar just a little more insightful about what we do and why we do it, and just how much pressure our program relieves off of you. I think that's really, really important. So I just want to set the tone of the webinar today. And just for the next half an hour, the other thing as well, I don't know if you guys have found this, my goodness, I've been on my phone, I'm on WhatsApp, I'm on email, I'm on this, I'm watching the baby, I'm doing this. It's like, my goodness, if we just focus on one thing, I'm sure that would take some pressure off the table as well. So the other thing I want to let you know straight off the bat is exactly who this webinar is for, right? It's really for two different buckets of people, right? It's for broker owners and it's for mortgage advisors. And the broker owner is specifically, look, this is for you guys who understand that in today's world, you got to provide a turnkey system for your loan officers to thrive. And you also need that commitment to building those systems and infrastructure. I think that's I don't know if you guys have heard of Jocko Willink's Extreme Ownership. I've just been recently reading that. And I think that's one of the things that I see a lot of business owners, doesn't have to be in the mortgage space. A lot of business owners fail to set their people up for success. And when their people leave, they're like, hey, why did they leave me? Oh, maybe because you didn't give them the right tools to be successful. So for broker owners, the other thing is for mortgage advisors. And mortgage advisors is really pretty simple. Like, you need to be on social media, but you can't figure out how to do it with consistency every day and high quality. And really, it's for the mortgage advisor who knows, look, I got to show up on social media. I have to. Like, how am I going to get in front of all those referral partners and potential home buyers? And it's not rocket science what I'm telling you. You guys obviously understand all this. I just want to make it pretty clear just up front, just who this is for and who will benefit from this. So the other thing I'm going to do that's unorthodox is normally you get some guy or some girl that's rambling about a bunch of their products and services, and then at the very end they'll bring in some people that are actually using their product. I don't want to do that crap. This is what I want to do straight off the bat. I'm going to bring you two people that have been using our platform for about a year, in fact, over a year, and I want them to tell you about their experience, because I'm nobody. I'm just trying to push my product, right? And I want you to get somebody who's in your shoes, who is on the ground, on the field every day, and is doing this from both a broker owner perspective and from an advisor perspective. Because at the end of the day, once you've listened to those two, if this is not for you, tune out and get on with the rest of your day. If it is for you, then I'll show you a bit more of the platform and how everything works. And so the two gentlemen that I'm going to introduce is a gentleman called Ryan O'Kane. And Ryan O'Kane is a broker owner of a company called Arbor Financial based in Southern California. Ryan not only has been my client, he's been, in a weird way, because he's a crazy guy, and I love him, he's been a fantastic mentor. He's an excellent business person. He's super, super, super committed to the independent channel. I think he has around about 20 years of experience in the independent, maybe even more than that. I don't want to age you, Ryan, but it's about 20 years. But Ryan's an amazing guy. And he sets an example for the broker world. His organization has, I think, almost about 100 independent mortgage advisors. And I've never met any owner of a brokerage who has been more committed to providing their team with the platforms and the systems to not only innovate the mortgage process in the independent channel, but share it with independent mortgage advisors. So Ryan O'Kane's going to chat in just a second. And then the other gentleman is just a terrific human being. Whenever we ask Jay to do these things, I mean, I asked him 2 days ago, he's like, oh yeah, let me just jump on. Amazing guy, badass loan officer, just set up his own division of Arbor Financial in Texas. And Jay is a mortgage advisor. And so if you're a broker owner, then probably you're going to be more attuned to listen to Ryan. And Ryan does do his own personal production too. And then, of course, if you are just a straight up mortgage advisor, and I don't know, maybe you want to tune into Jay. So they both have their own stories. And I think the point of me bringing this to the table is for you to hear from Ryan's perspective why working with WOWMI and what we do is beneficial. And then, of course, we're going to switch over to Jay and have Jay's perspective too. So Ryan, without any further ado, maybe I can just introduce you. And I think my mission here was to just kind of give people a little bit of what it's like to be a WOWMI member from your perspective.
I appreciate that, Daniel. So I know you guys are all on mute, but it's exciting that we have a chance to chat with you guys on the call and on the webinar. We haven't had a chance to get together at our normal AIME events, so it's kind of a bummer not to be able to network and have that kind of personal experience, but we'll do our best until this stuff is over. So as it relates to WOWMI, I think the most important thing that we were facing, or I was facing, both from a personal production standpoint, also just as an owner, is really finding a great technology platform that could connect everything together. I think the challenge that we have in the independent originator space is that there's lots of different technologies that do one thing well, and we are all trying to piece them together. They're all running into different databases, so it's really hard to kind of have a singular system that really does something really well. And I know that, you know, the title of this webinar is kind of a social media problem, but the WOWMI product, I feel, is much more than just a social media platform. The social media content lives inside of a website, and the website, in my opinion, is much better than any other off-the-shelf website that a lot of typical mortgage website providers have. And even if you have developed your own site, I feel like the site that the WOWMI website itself just is it's just better, in my opinion, and it makes everything cohesive with your entire marketing presence. So as a company, we were kind of struggling with creating or unifying our marketing message. And we were doing print marketing on one hand, and we were doing some types of, every loan officer is independent. They were doing some types of videos here, and the messaging was kind of spread out and chaotic. So when Daniel and I hooked up a little over a year ago, we really started working on firming up and tuning up a message that would resonate, that all loan officers could benefit from, and especially the loan officers obviously in our company. So we built, we jumped on the platform, and we really fine-tuned that message to all the different types of opportunities that we felt might benefit the independent advisor, whether it was trying to farm new first-time home buyers, or reach out to CPAs or financial advisors, and referral partners. It was basically get as much social and video content as we could, put together in a professional way, housed in the best looking place possible, and then distribute that in a consistent manner. If you look at anything, if you go back a year, and even if you look in our market right now, there's just no product out there that can take video content, animated content, and written content and distribute it as effectively as the WOWMI platform. And so I was an early adopter in the system. I feel like there's an immediate response that I receive from my sphere of influence. And what I think is interesting or important to mention is, a lot of people go, well, what is it going to do for my business? Like, is this, our leads just going to be funneling in? And the purpose of being out in social media, and the purpose of being out in front of your sphere of influence, is not necessarily to have leads pouring in. It's like having a commercial in your sphere's living room, right? So every time somebody sees your face, they're not necessarily going to contact you for a loan. But what they do is they reach out to you and they say, hey man, I saw your post on Instagram, dude, you look great, or that's such a cool message. Like, I see you in my feed. So the feedback that I was getting from my sphere about the consistency and the quality of the videos, I knew that it was working. And sure enough, everybody's going gangbusters right now with volume, but I do feel like it has really increased my volume, because the awareness of my client base, like, I'm always there. So of course, I was feeling that success, and both my partner that I own Arbor with, we said, look, we need to bring this product out to our team in a more just kind of in a bigger way. So we created a program in-house at Arbor to be able to pay for WOWMI on behalf of our originators, assuming that they hit a certain volume threshold. But that's one of those things. Like, I think for a decent originator, for us, it's a no-brainer as a company, because we know that our message as an independent originator, we know that the quality of that message, the quality of the platform, as it goes out through more and more loan officers in different markets with the Arbor logo and throughout all those spheres, it's going to not only benefit our originator, but it's also going to benefit awareness for Arbor as well. So anyway, it's a fantastic product. It's been a huge win for myself personally and for our company. So I'll kick it over to Jay.
Yeah, hey, just Brian, that was just great. One thing that just come to my mind there, and we're going to get into this in just a second, guys, but one thing that came to my mind is just how many months that we spent, and I always forget how many months that we spent actually writing all of the content. And I remember when I was coming down to your office and we were kind of like going through that extensive period of time, time and time again, I was thinking to myself, who is going to sit there and be abused by me for 3 months while we build all of this content? And I'm going to show you that in just a second, guys. Just how much work goes into writing all those scripts, putting all those articles together, getting those quizzes together, all those things, so that you actually have a content marketing program so that you can better broadcast your brand. Sorry, that just came up, Ryan, as you were saying that. So
just before Jay gets started, I just want to highlight one thing, and that's the importance of that. Like, most of the products that are out there, when they push out content, you don't want to be pushing out recipe cards. You don't want to be pushing out, there's a lot of stale content, right? And it's okay to litter that stuff in every once in a while, but you want really authentic and quality content. And that, again, was a huge problem, in my opinion, prior to WOWMI coming to the scene. Everybody was selling you, okay, hey, plug in here, we're going to push this stuff out, whether it's through Hootsuite or HeyOrc or whatever it is, but the quality of what's actually being pushed out into your social media channel is just nonsense, right? I mean, no, it's not. The engagement is not there. So I can tell you that on the videos and the content that goes out via WOWMI, if you just look at the quality of the engagements and likes and comments, it's off the chart compared to the other platforms that are even, you know, trying to do the same thing. So
cool. Thanks,
yeah.
Ryan. Great. And Jay, over to you, if you don't mind.
Yeah, not a worry. So thanks for the direction of 2 days before, but I'll go ahead and just, I guess, take it away from here. So a little bit of all that work that went into the creation of WOWMI and all the product that was delivered and put together by Ryan and by Daniel. I had the liberty of actually leaving retail and walking directly into this. And Ryan's like, okay, you decide after this. And I saw the product and I'm like, okay, you guys are all doing it. Guess I'll go ahead and invest in it right now. Let's go. So that was literally as I was leaving retail and transitioning into the broker channel, and then went and did all of this programming. It just happened to go ahead and be that I am probably 15 more pounds than I was there. That was right before I was losing weight for a festival. But in any case, as far as the experience for it, it's interesting to go ahead and see how rapidly that people in my sphere, whether there's agents that I was working with, friends, high school friends, college friends, people from all around, just started noticing and talking about my videos. And I really started to notice traction as far as being able to go ahead and get more volume directly from it, from people that I haven't spoken to in like 10 years, probably about after like maybe 6 months of it, just because it was consistent and was always posting myself. I literally on Facebook, even though I'm a millennial, I'm on Facebook and I look at Brokers Are Better, the group. I go look at a couple coaching groups, but I'm not paying attention to anything else to otherwise my newsfeed. That's about what I do. Instagram, my wife's on Instagram, and I really don't even pay attention unless I get tagged. But there's so much content that's going and posting that I know that as far as me just being out and being having that online presence, it'd be no way, shape, or form happening today. I'm just too darn busy. It doesn't happen, and it's not something that I enjoy doing. So the fact of allowing this product to go ahead and really blast my name and put myself out there, I've even had listing agents go and say, "Oh, you're the guy that I've seen on Facebook that's going through there. I've seen your videos before." I'm going like, I don't even know. Like I'm not sure how they got inside. I'm not boosting any of these things, not other than just of course having this all come together. But as far as the experience and having this move forward, it was really easy. All I did was go ahead, and I know it's going to be different now with COVID, but as far as how the experience was, went up to LA and got everything shot, and really just it was really made easy. First off, and I've been in front of the camera before, but it was just where you're like really just like tense and you're trying to be here, and they did a really good job of making sure everything was natural and came off genuine as opposed to this head hunching and getting like all together. So it's definitely something that I can't even imagine doing alone with all the production. It's just the time that went into actually going through even the scripts, the delivery, the presence, and it's just completely a wow factor whenever you go ahead and have somebody check out your website. And a lot of times you'll never even know, but the fact that you got someone to go ahead and call after Googling you, that's where you win, because they're never going to go ahead and tell you how awesome that you look necessarily. They'll choose to do business with you as opposed to somebody else when they don't have that credibility online. So that's what this completely has given to me in my business. And I was previously at a big, larger retail firm, and the quality of what I had in terms of their marketing department that they spent way so much money on, and everything that's there, this is they're pale in comparison to what we are providing our loan officers by doing this in the website that I have now.
Terrific.
So.
Thanks, Jay. You know, I know that I stated at the beginning there'd be no pressure, but I kind of want to put you guys on the spot a little bit. And I know we haven't rehearsed this or anything, so don't kill me for this. But Ryan, what pressure has been released? And Jay, same question to you. Ryan, what pressure has been released by being a WOWMI advocate and being part of our program?
I think the pressure is to compete on there's a lot of pressure, like you mentioned at the beginning, I think, to compete with the big guys, right? I mean, at the end of the day, we're, most independent originators, we tend to be on the smaller side. And, I genuinely get frustrated when I'm watching a golf tournament and I see Quicken loan ads, or I'm listening to a podcast and I hear like a Quicken ad, and I see all the other advertising from other, big box lenders. So, that that was a constant pressure, is like, how am I going to compete with these guys? How am I going to save my clients and keep my clients and be relevant to them while they're being constantly marketed to by all these other sources? Not to mention we're, you know, a lot of times, obviously we're selling our loans and the servicer is marketing to them, they're in their inbox. You know, how do I constantly stay in front and do my very best that I can to retain my clients and stay in front of them? So that is a constant pressure I think we all have. And I think the WOWMI product, it relieves me of the pressure to say, hey, if I know I have somebody that's in my social media channel, I know they know what I'm doing, and I know they're seeing me 5 days a week, right? And that's all I can ask, right? That's better than me sending some random blast email every 30 days with something. You know, granted, it's good to do it all, but yeah, to me, I feel like I have big box quality output, meaning the videos look extremely professional. I put our videos up with any other big box retailer. If not, I don't even know of a big box retailer that's doing it quite to our quality, except that other one starts with an F. But in any event, but you know, it's relieved a huge marketing pressure off of our backs. And again, that's why we wanted to continue to invest in it and give it to our loan officers, because we all have that same pressure, and we want everybody to have the opportunity to put their best foot forward when it comes to marketing in front of their database.
Fantastic. And Jay, what about you?
I would say it's mainly the pressure of having to go ahead and be present online socially. I mean, now I'm building more of a team and having it me doing less and not working 17-hour days, but it's at the same point where I would have no way, shape, or form any online presence if I didn't have WOWMI. Nothing would get posted. And the fact of allowing me to go ahead and know that I'm consistently having people engage with the content that's continuing on, it's something that's allowing me to not have to feel like I need to go ahead and go in a certain different direction, or just have some cookie cutter list reports, or I get great product, whatever. But it's just all these different things. That's the same thing that's done every single time. The fact that was done amazingly well in terms of the production quality, and it's me. Doesn't matter that I'm saying the same thing that Ryan does, with the exception of maybe my story video. It's the fact that people are engaging and connecting with me, and the fact that they're actually going to be spending that time listening to my voice, even if they've never met me before, makes it so much more of a warm connection when I actually go ahead and finally get them on the phone, or they call me directly, where it's like that you're instantly famous with people in your social circle because they're seeing you and they're there, even though you haven't thought about them for too long. So it's allowing that engagement to go ahead and be there, and it really just takes off the pressure of me having to go ahead and be as active in posting and promoting additional content on Facebook, Instagram, or other channels. And
Awesome.
LinkedIn. You do LinkedIn too. So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, awesome. Well, gents, thank you so much. I've never done this before in a webinar where I've had, you know, our members actually speak up front before I've even presented the product. And that just felt pertinent to everybody. I don't want to waste anybody's time that's on the webinar today. And if that resonates with you, some of the pressures that we relinquish as a part of it, then hopefully you'll stay and listen to the rest of the presentation, and I'm just going to get into it. So Ryan, Jay, thank you so much. Really appreciate your insight there. And actually, a couple of our sales team are actually on the call as well, and I think it was really interesting for us to really hear from you guys firsthand as well. So thank you so much, guys. So moving on to actually, let's take a look at the product and see what it is. And you know, this next slide here just kind of goes over, reiterates pretty much what Jay and Ryan had said. And I think one of the things that, as a salesperson, look, I may not be selling mortgages, but I'm selling content, and I have exactly the same pressures as you guys do. So, you know, I first of all, you won't have any pressure to be consistently present on your social media channels, which both of them mentioned. You won't have pressure to go out and round up a bunch of marketing geniuses to create the content for you. And like, you know, what I'm about to show you, when you're creating a really solid digital marketing campaign, man, there's a ton of people that are involved in it. You know, you've got directors, you've got writers, you've got copywriters, you've got quality control people, you've got compliance people. I mean, there's just so many people that are part of this, you know, this village of people that put all this together. And really, the more time that you're spending on doing that, it's pulling you away, obviously, from your core business. You won't have the pressure to worry if you're broadcasting your brand with high quality. Like time and time again, I hear that. Oh my God, I don't want to put anything online because it looks like crap. And I totally get that, because if you're meeting somebody for the first time and that first time happens to be online, you got one shot. So it's like you want to show up, you want to show up as best you can. And then the other side of it, which I think is a big thing, and I added this morning. You won't have to worry if you're doing it all right. Like a lot of times people are just like, I don't know if I'm doing this right. I'm just doing it. It's like, we are geniuses at this. We are experts at doing this. And so you don't have to worry if you're doing it all right, because we do it fantastic. And so what you have is, like, every single day, that you're showing up on, these 3 platforms. And to Ryan's point earlier, yes, it's on social media, but look, guys, social media is just one way for you to broadcast your brand. You can text message people, you can email people, you can WeChat people. I don't know what platforms are out there now. They're TikTok, Snapchat. I don't know how long TikTok's been around for, but let's see. But there's so many different ways that you can broadcast your brand. And really, when you have all that content, the sky's the limit. I mean, you can do whatever you want to do with it. But the one thing that we absolutely deliver is making sure that every single day you're showing up online in front of the people that mean the most to you. Okay, so I'm going to hop out of here for 1 second, and I'm actually going to just give you a little whirl around Jay's what we call ecosystem website. Okay, and I'm going to show you his website. But before I show you his website, I'm going to show you his broadcasting. Okay, so the way I like to pitch this is, imagine you are the head of programming at Netflix, and you know exactly what is going to be rolled out on Netflix in 2020 and 2021, right? Netflix has their programming rolled out at least a year in advance. It might even be more than that, I don't know. But one of the great things that Jay doesn't have any pressure about, and Ryan and the rest of Ryan's top producers don't have any pressure about, is they know what they're rolling out for an entire year. All right, so what you're looking at, guys, is months 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They do not have to worry what they're rolling out. They don't have that pressure to know that they're not getting in front of people for an entire year. Now, the other side of it is, you say, well, what the hell are you rolling out? Great question. It's really split into 2 different categories. So you need to know who you're speaking to and what you need to say to those individuals, right? And so a lot of the work, a lot of the legwork and I kind of mentioned this when I was speaking to Ryan, a lot of the legwork is in actually deciphering who those demographics of people are. Right, you've got your direct consumers, your first-time home buyers, your veterans, people that may be looking to sell their home, move on to the next home. Your direct consumers, and then you've got your referral partners, your realtors, your CPAs, your financial planners, etc. And so the question is, if I was to say to you, look, hey, there's going to be a meeting in the town hall in 15 minutes from now. I got 100 realtors in there. I'm going to give you 5 minutes to go and do your best to do business with them. You would get on stage, and if you didn't have a God-fearing a fear of speaking in front of people, you'd kill it. You would kill it, and you would probably grab a bunch of business from them. Well, there's really no difference when you're doing it online. Like, what's the difference? You have 100 people online, and you have 100 people in the room. You feel as though it's different because you are there in front of the people, and they're looking at you, and they're engaging with you, and all those things. But actually, all you're doing is influencing them. And it's the same thing online. You need to know who to talk to and what to say to them. And so in our program, we've deciphered exactly who to speak to and exactly what to say to them. And not only that, on a daily basis, we've turned those conversation points into pieces of content, right? And you can see here, it's very, very structured. On Monday, there's a really beautiful video. On Tuesday, there's an article. On Wednesday, there's an animated video. On Thursday, there's a quiz. And then on Friday, there's we call it a live video, where it's a script, you read off your phone, you record it onto your phone. And not only have we deciphered what to say, but we do can you imagine writing out all this programming, all of this copy, all of this hashtags, making sure it's compliance approved, and then furthermore, turning that into actually pieces of content, okay? And so that is I don't really highlight just how much work goes into doing just what you're looking at right now, but it's an incredible amount of work. And then once we've created all of that, it needs to live somewhere. And so obviously we roll it out on your social media channels daily, okay? But it also lives on what we call an ecosystem website, what you're looking at right now. So let me just give you some of the pieces of some of the kind of features of the website straight off the bat here. You can see we've got reviews straight off the bat. And if you guys actually are signed up with Social Survey, we actually have a Social Survey plugin, which actually pulls all those reviews in directly from your Social Survey account. And so they're constantly updating. So you got reviews straight off the bat. The other thing we got that's pretty nice is we've got chatbots. Right? So somebody that's at work or late at night and they don't want to wake their significant other up, or maybe they just don't want to talk to you. They can come online here and you can start gathering pieces of information and actually give them the opportunity to book an appointment with you directly from the website. And we can do that with this chatbot right here. The other tools we've got, obviously, apply now link. So obviously that goes off to your Flowify or whatever it is that whatever you're linked up with. Okay. And then the other two buttons that you can see here. Now this is with the lead gen platform only, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment. But you've got home purchase and home refinance. You might see these buttons here. You'll see them if you go onto Rocket Mortgage's website. It's the same deal here. So when I go on here and I walk through this feature here, it's obviously going to ask a bunch of information. Again, we're not reinventing the wheels, guys. If you go to any major mortgage website, it will have this. It's not rocket science. It's pretty straightforward. What is amazing, though, is how many loan officers have websites and they don't have this on their website. And it's really rudimentary. When someone's coming to your website, why on earth would you let them leave without grabbing their information? And furthermore, this is really cool. When I go through this quiz, and obviously it's asking these pertinent pieces of information, when I get to this stage, it's going to ask me for my name, it's going to ask me for my email address, and it's going to ask me for my cell phone. And what's really cool about this is the moment I click get my quote, not only does it send all the information to you as a lead, but we're also dropping emails. I'm going to show you my phone in just a second. We're also dropping ringless voicemails like this.
Hello, it's Jay Rodriguez calling with the Rodriguez team with Harvard Financial Group. Saw that you just had filled out one of my mortgage payment forms, and I wanted to get you scheduled in for a consultation so I can see how you're building a plan for home ownership. My phone number is 949-606-2410. You can shoot me a text or a call back, and let's connect. Once again, my number is 949-606-2410. Jay Rodriguez with Harvard Financial Group.
And so the other thing is that, and this is my phone, guys, you can see my phone here. It actually sends that user these MMS text messages as well. Hey, it's Jay Rodriguez from Arbor, just saw that you filled in a mortgage quote. Well, let's get you booked in for your free mortgage consultation as soon as possible. Here's a link to schedule. And then if I click that link, obviously it's going to go and enable me to book an appointment with Jay directly on his calendar, and that links in and it syncs with your calendar. Okay, so the nice thing about that, guys, is not only are you lead generating from your website, but again, I'm going to use the theme of pressure or no pressure. Jay does not have pressure to know that when he's driving traffic to his website, that someone or something in an automated way is following up with his people to make sure that they actually do go ahead and book an appointment with him. So, and that's a really nice feature. And the other side of the lead gen platform is this. Depending on what type of product or you want to sell, whether it's a refi, whether it's just a regular straight mortgage, whether it's a vet loan, I think we've got it for renovation loans. It comes with a bunch of different squeeze pages on here, and the purpose of it is, again, is to lead generate, right? So when I come on here and I click refinance, well, it's actually going to be a refinance quiz. Or if I go on to the veteran page, come over here for 1 second, then it's actually going to be a veteran quiz. And I can just click this right here and go through and start filling out this form here, right? And so it's going to be a vet quiz. So those are nice features of the lead generation version. But the real bread and butter is obviously within all of the educational modules. And if I scroll over to the left here, then you can see there are 12 educational modules. Some of them are geared towards around direct consumers. Others are geared towards around referral partners. And so say if I go into first-time home buyer here, well, this is where the meat and potatoes is. This is where I can see all of that content. Remember all the content that lived here on the spreadsheet? Well, it actually lives right here. And so if I go and scroll through here, I've got videos, I've got articles, I've got quizzes, I've got animated videos. And what's beautiful about it is if I watch one of these videos, then it's not going to be some generic video. It's actually going to be a video of Jay.
The first step to knocking it out of the park on your first mortgage is choosing a mortgage advisor to help guide you on your way. But why choose an independent mortgage advisor? Now, first of all, they have access to a variety of banks, which means more mortgage options and lower rates for you. And secondly, they advise you to look at your mortgage as an investment. And with any type of investment, you need guidance, especially if you don't know what you're doing. Now, as a first-time buyer, the chances are that without that right advice, you won't hit a home run on your first mortgage. An independent mortgage advisor is there to help coach you in making a kick-ass decision so that you can watch that ball sail into the bleachers.
And so that's some of the content that Jay was mentioning, why he doesn't feel pressure, because he knows that on a daily basis, he's having content of that quality show up, and his voice and his brand is getting in front of people that he really wants to do business with. The other nice thing as well, and I'm going to go back to my cell phone here just so you can see this, guys, is, you know, every single website, it looks terrific on the mobile as well. And so when people come on here, and this is me actually going through here and kind of scrolling through here, straight off the bat, this is, again, only with the lead gen version do you see the home purchase and the home refinance buttons. But straight off the bat there, you can see just how high quality this is. And so, yeah, when we're talking about showing up on mobile, which obviously is extremely important today, it's amazing how many mortgage advisors' websites you go through, and they really, excuse my French, look crap on the cell phone. It's just, you know, it's not cool, because obviously people are looking online on their phones more and more and more. And, you know, that's just another nice feature. And then, of course, if you wanted to scroll anywhere else on the website, then you can too. Another nice little feature that I want to show you that comes with the website. So one of the things that I struggle with as a salesperson is, like, if I'm running out of content to, you know, say if I'm trying to build a new relationship with somebody, you know, look, social media is great. I can put it on every day, and it rolls out every day, and I engage with my people every day and all those things, and that's great. But when you have, I think the ecosystem has like over 200 pieces of content in total, ranging from videos, articles, quizzes, animated videos, live video scripts. But social media is just one way to roll content out. The other way to do that is literally to take content and then text it, or, you know, email it to people. And so here's a tool that we have here. This is another one of our members, Shashank Shakar. And so on every single ecosystem website, you have a tool called a thumbnail builder. And so if I go onto the thumbnail builder, and, you know, I can come down here and I can select, you know, whatever module I want to choose from. And say, for example, I was trying to build a relationship with a realtor, you know, I can choose to send that realtor an article, or I can choose to send them a quiz or a video or an animated video, whatever I want to do. Let's just say, for example, I wanted to send them this video here, what I learned from closing over 1,000 mortgage transactions, which is pretty impressive. I'm going to come down here, I'm going to click copy to clipboard, I'm going to come over to my email, and then I'm actually going to open my email up right over here. And I already pre-wrote this here, but here's just a little cool tool where you can paste that thumbnail into the email. And what's great about it is this: when the recipient gets the email, the next thing they can do is click on the thumbnail, and it's already hyperlinked to go back to the website. Why is this important? We want people, and that's why we call it an ecosystem. We want people in your ecosystem. Like, you want people spending as much time on your face as possible, not on anybody else's, not on Rockets, not on Bankrate, not on Lending Tree, blah, blah, blah. You want it on your brand. And the more you can get in front of those people, the more opportunity you have to influence them. And so when you have that link there, people come back to your website, and then, of course, they can go ahead and watch the video.
Most realtors waste precious time preparing their offers, searching through emails, scanning, formatting, cutting and pasting documents, all in an effort to put together their offer to make it look more presentable. Hours are spent communicating with your lender to make sure your clients have everything in order to get their final offer ready. That sounds like a lot of hard work, and it is. What if you could use a platform that helps you communicate with your lender by automatically compiling all of those important documents into one tidy package to make your offer look awesome. Arcus Lending's best offer package not only saves you time, but ensures your buyer is putting forth the most well-presented offer on the table every time. It could be your best kept secret yet.
So again, that's another example of one of the videos. And again, I'm sure Shashank shares the same sentiments as Jay and Ryan as it relates to not feeling pressure to make sure that he's showing up online every day. Okay, so I'm just going to hop back into the presentation here. Give me just 2 seconds, guys. And cool. Okay, so the next thing I wanted to kind of talk about, and again, we can open up some kind of questions towards the end of this, but the next thing that we're going to talk about is what you're going to get. I show this slide every time, and it's just overwhelming how much it comes with. And so if you wanted to review this after the presentation, then I recommend you do that. But even when you look at it, you're going to be like, I don't know what the hell this is. Let me just do it. Instead of me giving you all the little bits and bobs what you're going to get, now some people obviously are going to want to see this. I think it's better just to kind of reiterate really the theme of the presentation for me today, which was really the no pressure, right? You're not going to have pressure to be consistent on your social media channels, right? We're going to do that every single day. You're going to post to social media every single day. Why? Because you've got a content strategy to do that. Why? Because we built all the content for you to be able to do that. You're not going to have pressure to go out and round up a bunch of marketing geniuses to create the content for you. Why? Because you just employed one. We've done it for you. Websites, videos, all the social media stuff, everything all in one place. Even with the lead generation tools, all of the quizzes, the automated follow-ups with the text messages, the ringless voicemails, the emails, all of those things. I mean, when you think about putting all those pieces together, it's a lot of pressure. So the other thing is you won't have to worry if you're broadcasting your brand with high quality. We are a premium brand. And so you can just see with those videos there just how high quality the video is. And so you certainly don't have to worry if your brand is being represented with the highest quality. And then the last thing is you're not going to have to worry of the pressure to know if you're doing it right. Not only are you doing it right, you're doing it amazing. Why? Because you've employed experts to be able to do that for you. So let me just get into the pricing, guys. There's 2 different options. Okay, you can go for the non-lead gen or the lead gen. The lead gen has all the stuff that I just showed you with the quizzes, with the squeeze pages, with the automated follow-ups, with the ringless voicemails, with the animated text messages. It's just $1,500 extra down payment. The non-lead gen is just a straight $989. You do not get the lead gen stuff with it. If you are a serious mortgage advisor, you're going for the lead gen. If you're beginning in the business, I still think you should go for the lead gen, but maybe you're just not at that financial level that you want to make that commitment. Why do I say that? And why am I harsh about that? In fact, it's the only part of the presentation where I'd say you should feel any pressure. Because why on earth would you send somebody to your website and not grab their information? Period. So I'm not going to spend too much time on that. Let me talk to you a bit about the experience. Jay alluded to it a little bit when we were on the call, but I'm going to talk to you a bit more. You will be coming to California to shoot all of this content. You're going to shoot, and this is crazy, and it's kind of like the Model T Ford when they first started creating it. You're going to shoot a year. It's actually 18 months worth of content in 5.5 hours. And if you're a gangster on camera, then it could be maybe 3.5 if you're really, really good. But we budget 5.5 hours. Okay, you're going to come to California to shoot all of the content. And you know, look, we are a bunch of filmmakers, right? We're actors, directors. We originated the company while we were really, really, really heavily into content production. So when you come onto set, a lot of people get kind of surprised that it's so professional, I guess. But it's a pretty cool experience. You're going to work with your hair and makeup artist who's going to be with you for the entire period of the shoot, making sure that you look the best you possibly can. You're going to they're going to help you pick out your wardrobe. You're going to bring about 5 or 6 different outfit changes to the shoot. You're going to work with the director. You do not have to memorize all of the scripts. My God, you would go insane. There's a teleprompter there. It's a very, very cool, easy setup. You know, once you shot all the video content, we'll then shoot all your photography content. But we capture, and just think of the time saving. So you think about no pressure. Coming to LA for a day, or if you're flying from the East Coast, probably 2 days, all of that content done, wrapped up in a bow, finished, goodbye. 18 months of content. Think about what that does for no pressure. And so, yeah, we've done this so many times. You're working with absolute professionals. And even if you are somebody that's a little bit nervous on camera, rest assured, we have worked with the most nervous people that you can ever imagine. And so we'll make sure that you feel real comfortable. Just to reiterate the prices again, just so you can see, the lead gen version 2489 down, the non-lead gen version is 989 down. And then guys, the monthly, it's $399 a month for 18 months, okay? At the end of the 18 months, it's like a brand new car. You can hand the car back, you pay another down payment, you get all new car again, new website, new videos, new branding, new content. Or if you say to me, hey, Daniel, I like what I've got, I want to keep going, then you just keep going. It's up to you. And I can give you more information about that if you would like. There's really two things to do here. If you are somebody that knows they want to register, then you can go ahead and register, and I'm going to put the link in the chat in just a second. You can register. It's really, really simple. You're going to click on that link, and then you're going to come through to the schedule here. This is exactly what it looks like, and you just choose what time you want to shoot. There's 2 different time slots. You can shoot at 9 o'clock, or you can shoot at 2 o'clock. And if you wanted to make the upgrade with the lead gen, then you can just click this button here, and that will add it in there. If you're unsure about that and you don't want to sign up for it right now, don't worry, you can do it later on. But the registration is really, really quite simple. Like I said, you come in here, you pick a time, and then away you go. However, that might not be for everybody. Everybody might not be ready to jump on this and sign up. So the other option that I definitely want to give, and again, in the spirit of no pressure, is just learning more. Like, you just heard a bunch of crap over the past hour, and you're probably like, dude, I need to learn more about this. So you can schedule a time in with one of my sales team, and they're going to walk you through the whole process. They're going to show you exactly what I've showed and make sure that you understand every single facet of the program before you make a commitment. It's a commitment, guys. It's an 18-month commitment. It's a serious thing. And so for some people who are a little trepidatious, you might want to just learn more. So when you click on the link to go to Calendly, then you can come on here and then just choose a time that works best for you. And one of my team will just guide you through where you're at with your brand, see how we can help, and see how we can be a good partner for you. And that's really what I want to say. We don't call our clients or customers. We call them members. You are a member of WOWMI. Why? Because we want you to feel as though you have an ancillary marketing division, that when you have questions about digital marketing, when you want to create content, when you want to have that, when your website needs doing this, something like that, you come to us as a trusted resource and experts in the digital marketing sphere so that we can take care of you. And it's an education. So Bennett, I'm going to kind of round it up there and maybe just kind of drop in a couple of these links into to the chat here.
Yep.
So
yep, I just dropped in the Calendly one actually. So if you want, I know you had the /independent one as well. If you want to drop that one in, we have time for a few questions. If anyone wants to drop in any, I know we did have a few people who had to drop early and ask if this will be posted. This is going to be posted inside of Brokers Are Better and onto YouTube after we conclude, probably within a few hours, just for the video to download. But if anyone has any quick questions for Daniel, you can ask them now, book some time with him and his team, or we make sure that we can connect anyone with any of our partners. So you can email babnetwork@aimgroup.com, and we'll be able to connect you directly with Daniel and his team as well.
Yeah, I've just put mine in there. And Bennett, for some reason, it didn't allow me to. Oh, I see you reposted it. Okay, fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, cool. Okay, great. So yeah, I don't know if anyone has any questions, but I don't see any coming through.
So we just had one come in. Everything that we saw on Jay's website is included in the $399 per month for 18 months, correct?
Yes, that is correct. Yeah. The only differentiator here is that Jay obviously upgraded to the lead gen package. So the main differentiator, if you can just see here, Jay, this is Jay's package 2489, and so that comes with all the lead gen pages and all of these quizzes and some of the stuff that I showed you just a second ago.
Just had another one come in. Is there any CRMs that you guys integrate with?
Yeah, we integrate with Total Expert. Yeah, there are other CRMs that we can integrate with. It's not that we're not open to doing that. Depending on the magnitude of the CRM, if it's a well-used CRM, then we'll put our developers on it to make sure that it's that we can integrate with it. If it's a smaller CRM, we're probably not going to do it because it's pretty extensive to integrate with the CRM. But if it's a well-known CRM, then absolutely we'll make the investment to do that.
Yeah, someone just followed up with asking about Whiteboard CRM.
Whiteboard, I have not heard of Whiteboard CRM, but that doesn't mean that it's not a large one. I just not heard of that. If it's a substantial CRM and they have a certain amount of users on it, then we would definitely make the investment to do that.
Great. Someone just, how long does it take to, how long is implementation?
Yeah, so from the time you shoot to the time you actually get the ecosystem, it's 4 weeks.
Awesome. All right. Any other questions? Do one last call. But otherwise, Daniel, I want to thank you. I want to thank Ryan. I want to thank Jay all for your time. Like I said, we'll make sure that this is posted on all AIME channels and to the AIME YouTube. And if we can ever connect you with Daniel or anyone from the WOWMI team, please let us know.
Fantastic. Bennett, thank you so much. Jay, I know you're still on the line there. Thanks so much for your time today. And yeah, if anybody does have any questions, guys, I think Bennett posted my email out there. So myself or one of my team would be more than happy to get back to you and provide you with a little more insight on how you might be able to work with us.
Awesome.
Thanks.
Had one person ask, what is your address? I did put it in the chat, but just so we can see it all in the questions, that is Daniel at WOWMI, WOWMI.us.
Fantastic.
Yep. I want to thank everyone for attending. Once again, thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Jay, and thank you, Ryan. And like I said, anything that us at AIME can do or anything like that, we can connect you with WOWMI. Just let us know. And I hope everyone has a great day.
Lovely. Thank you so much, Bennett. All the best, everybody.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye-bye.